Hello and I welcome you to the second part of the topic. Today we are going to discuss about pathogens and pathogenicity. But before that, we need to get familiar with some basic terms related to this. First of all, let's know what a parasite is. A parasite is a microbe, a microorganism, which derives its nutrition from the host without giving any benefit in return. So it may live inside the host or on the host. Accordingly, they have been classified into two types, ectoparasites and endoparasites. Accordingly, the living hosts have also been classified into some types, including definitive host, intermediate host, or paratenic host. Those hosts in which the sexual mode of reproduction takes place, for the parasite they are termed as definitive hosts, while as the ones in which the parasite lives during the larval stage and the asexual reproduction takes place, they are known as intermediate hosts. Paratenic hosts, on the other hand, are those hosts which act as transport systems. That means there is no multiplication or development in such kinds of hosts. Accordingly, the human parasites have been divided into major two classes of protozoa and metazoa. The protozoa are the ones which are unicellular in nature, while as metazoa are multicellular in nature. The examples of protozoa include amoeba, flagellates, microspora, and others, while as the metazoa include trematodes, cestodes, and nematodes. So they include the helminths. Now, if we briefly talk about pathogens, these are the microbes which have the ability to produce the disease in the host, and some may be opportunistic in nature, meaning that they only produce the disease in host when the resistance is lowered. And accordingly, the term pathogenicity refers to the ability or the capability of the pathogen to produce the disease. And when such parasites come in contact with the body of the host and start multiplication, this stage has been termed as infection. But not all infections lead to diseases. All those diseases that get transmitted from one organism to the other through different media, they are termed as communicable diseases. And they may get transmitted from multiple sources including humans, animals, insects, soil, water, or food. Those infectious diseases that get transmitted from animals to man, they have been termed as zoonotic diseases, and the examples include the leishmaniasis or rabies from dog or bovine tuberculosis and many others. Now let's talk about some of the modes of transmission of these pathogenic organisms which gives them the ability to spread from one host to another host. The examples are provided by direct contact in case of herpes simplex type 2 and AIDS, both of which are sexually transmitted diseases. The respiratory infections including common cold, influenza, whooping cough, or even tuberculosis, they are acquired by inhalation. Some of the intestinal infections like cholera, dysentery, and food poisoning, and most of the parasitic infections, they are acquired by ingestion of either contaminated food or contaminated drinks, which are contaminated by certain types of pathogens. Pathogens in some cases get inoculated directly in the tissue of the host. The examples are provided by rabies virus, which gets inoculated directly by the bite of a rabid dog. Certain vectors, including mosquitoes, flies, fleas, ticks, mites, or lice, they also help in the transmission of these pathogenic organisms. Now, the transmission of these pathogenic organisms, that it may also occur transplacentally, in which some of the pathogens which have the ability to cross the placental barrier, they reach the fetus and infect it. This has been also termed as vertical transmission, and this may lead to abortion, miscarriage, or stillbirths. That means the baby is born dead. The examples are provided by rubella virus, herpes simplex virus, or cytomegalovirus, and many others. Now, the overall outcome of the infection depends upon the host factors as well as the microbial factors. So this was all for this part. In the next video, we're going to talk about how microbes impact our lives positively, that is the microbes in human welfare.